Please join us in inviting our next speakers, the President and Vice President of the Kennedy School Student Government, Philip Johnston and B. Huang.
Thank you so much. I wanted to start by saying that as a Brit who has an identical twin brother that went to Oxford, I can't tell you how much it means to me to finally be able to say that I'm graduating from Cambridge.
And as a Chinese, all I need to do to make my parents proud is to graduate from Harvard. Am I now your favorite kid, Mom? Well, you only have me, so. My mom doesn't speak much English. That's why I gotta do this bit instead of Phil.
So for the parents in the room, you might not know this, but HKS has a bunch of leadership classes that are essentially group therapy, where we talk about our childhood and all this kind of thing. So if later today you meet an HKS student and you tell them that you're the parent of such and such, and they give you a very odd look, it's because they probably know way more about you than you want them to.
And one other thing that I found out in that class is all of us come with certain pain from your childhood. So welcome to our annual HKS, Heartbroken Kids Symposium. Well, all jokes aside, we all know like none of us could have made it here without the support of our families and friends. My mom has given up so much for me. It has been the luckiest thing in my life to be a daughter. So to all our supporters, friends and families, those who are here, those that are not, a big thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
And there's one other group that I really want to say thank you to, and that is the Kennedy School Student Government. So if you were in student government either this academic year or last academic year as a class rep, a VP, or in the interim government, could I ask you to stand for a moment? Anybody? Yeah. Woo! Stay standing for a sec.
Stay standing for a sec. Stay standing for a sec. So unlike our current government, these people tweet a lot less and do a lot more to actually enhance our experience of their classmates and to bring out positive changes to our community. I remember the time that we spent in Wexner G102 debating every Tuesday night. Not only because they loved the sound of my screaming stopwatch to remind them to be concise, but also because they really care.
And I'm incredibly proud of everything that you've achieved here. And to be honest, this has truly been the biggest honor of my life to serve as the president of such an incredible group of people. So I really cannot thank you enough. So thank you again. The Harvard Kennedy School Student Government wasn't the only thing that changed during our time here. I don't know if you remember, but when we arrived, this place was a building site 2 years ago. At that time, it was somewhat similar to the current British government. It was disjointed, it was dysfunctional, it was disorganized. But now, thanks to a 3-year building project and $100 million, it is prettier.
Well, that's not entirely true. At least we have the Wexner Winter Garden. Though they don't really need to call it that because we are in Boston, so every garden is technically a winter garden. So we always knew that winter's coming. What we didn't know is winter's gonna stay. So all of us, we enter HKS as a group of House Stark and Whispering. Now we're gonna graduate and leave HKS as House Lannisters because Lannisters pay their debt. And also, Game of Thrones has given us a lot of epic lines this year, just as our namesake, JF Kennedy, who said great quotes like, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. And we do things because they're hard, not because they're easy.
These lines, though, took weeks and months to write, and they were designed to sound elegant. But we know that reality is different. In fact, one of the best John F. Kennedy quotes is when he was asked about being a war hero, he responded, "It was completely involuntary. They sank my boat." That day in World War II, Kennedy saved his life and the lives of many of his crew. We are sometimes put in situations where we are compelled to take action without thought of if we're going to be a hero or not. My classmate John Sklarzik didn't want to be a hero when he created a program for many HKS students to volunteer in homeless shelters all around Cambridge. But to me and to many others, he is a hero in our community. And my classmates Jana Bene and Charles Skold didn't expect to have their names read out on graduation day when they campaigned tirelessly to urge the school to divest from the prison industrial complex. These people found themselves in an unjust world and selflessly took action to make change.
And as we look around today, our world is not in its most ideal situation. As we learned from the Great Power competition class, almost every one of the great power is in deep trouble, and we face a lot of global challenges. At this time, they're sinking our boat, and all we can do is to seek our own strength from undesirable situations. After all, we're really good at this. That's how we went from heartbroken kids to Harvard Kennedy School graduates.
Class of 2019, congratulations and good luck.
Congratulations.